you're back with Bev and Bobby back in New York in Central Park, and Bobby, actually the question I'd like to ask you this week is if there was one particular key skill that you think is fundamental to getting ahead, whether it be in management, sales, but to do with our industry, being a trainer indeed, what do you think it is?
When you take a look at that, because arguably there are a lot of essential skills and many of them are hotly debated in our industry, what I consider an indispensable skill is a skill that if you were to lack it, despite your talent, and we all know trainers like this, in multiple other areas, the lack of that one skill by itself could be enough to hold you back from ever even coming close to your potential. But if you can master that skill, it could put you on the fast track to being who you're capable of being and doing everything you're capable of doing. And to me, that one skill is communication, case in point, because we were talking about Malcolm Gladwell earlier down by the Bethesda statue, is Oppenheimer versus Chris Langer. Now, the latter, Chris Langer, very few people have ever heard of Chris Langer, if anyone, but he's one of the smartest people on the planet. He has an IQ upwards of 195. However, due to a series of adversity growing up and a series of adversity in university, he was thrown out. They kicked him out because he just simply didn't have the money to get to school when his car broke down. Compare that to Oppenheimer, who goes to Cambridge and finds out he doesn't really like the direction his tutor is pushing him in, so he tries to kill him by poisoning.
Which is indeed another route.
So it's one way to go. You know, nobody's perfect. So they get a hold of Oppenheimer and they basically say to him, "Silly man, you can't go around poisoning your tutors. We're putting you on probation. A few more tutors go around disappearing on university, and we won't stand for that, will we?" But here's Langer, who's willing to do anything to stay in school, following the rules, model student, and he gets no leeway whatsoever. What was the difference? One was brought up in a small town in the middle of America. He had been through 4 fathers growing up. All of them had either disappeared or quite abusive. And here you have Oppenheimer, who grows up in New York City, educated right over there in Central Park West, very sophisticated, taught to appreciate diversity, culture, and communicate ideas. He was able to be persuasive. Chris Langer wasn't. What are the consequences? Not only did he lose his career, but the world lost the contribution of probably one of the greatest geniuses of the 20th and perhaps even the 21st century as well. So you have that trainer that's really, really smart, develops himself or herself, but has no clients because they don't have the ability to be influential, to connect their ideas. Yes,
we know those people that blow our minds, and they're the first people that you go to when you need a question answered because they're fantastic, and yet the book lies empty.
And it's tragic. So what I would suggest, and I hate to get on my soapbox, but this is really important. If there was one thing you would explore, one skill you would want to develop, get yourself into, or at least inquire about, our PTA Global Teaching School in Boulder, Colorado. Because if anything has the potential to change your life and help you live at the highest limits of your own personal potential, that would be it.